Vi synkron. Feels good. Och den ser grafik is on. Se. Music is... should be kinda good, but drop a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Streamer mode. I think how it's already on here. They know vodka is... whatever that does. Doesn't tell the... whether there is some sort of tutorial, so I'm not gonna look into this shit. Utan hello. How we doing? See, in this one you are Bachelor. That time playing the classic in Capital. Bachelor returned in disgrace after the step town perished. Oh, so it's like after. Not even after these 2 weeks. Not scared. Go to hell, death. Not scared of you. Somehow interact with this. It seems kind of like the dialogue thing. Yeah, okay, maybe I should check then. It's the gun, concentration mode, interact, reload, barter and separate one, inventory, notes, mop, mind mop, keys book, matchsticks. Oh, that's a lot of stuff there. Well, yeah, the most important one is the usage still, so not much here. God of Death, being a very small heart against a very small feather, oil and canvas. So the step down is gone then. Oh, what now? But nothing here, someone died here. Fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. See what I say. A dead bed, a dead bed. Whose reflection are you? I can't remember the name nor the face. They are human too.
Need to do the reverse transcriptase test again. Pretty sure we missed the heat mark in the 4th series.
You had the interrogation yet, Bachelor? You're supposed to be there already. Happened that you come down here?
What were you expecting? Huh? It's been years, and I still can't get enough of your idealism.
Go on, Chief, did they summon you because of Thanatica? Will the order to shut the laboratory down be revoked, postponed? And descend the plague. A few epidemic might have already spread here in the capital. See, that doctor who first discovered this deadly epidemic, this dirt disease, is it true that it killed off a whole step town in a week? 25,000 dead. Listen to me, all of this is just hearsay. Please leave our director alone. He has important work to do, and you chief should hurry off now. Your appointment is at 8. Now answer me this. Since you are the one in charge, is it true or not? It said disease was already in the capital. And they believe that the epidemic might already have spread here. Then the bureaucrats are usually wrong, eh? Not exactly 20,000, strictly speaking fewer, and there were 417 survivors, a scant but non-zero amount of hope. Sure. Come on, guys. What the fuck is this? The render wheels go within. The Republic demo 17th. On 17th it's gonna be available. Day 8 in which the Bachelor says farewell to hopes and tries to flee the doomed step down. Ah, I see. So it's just kind of like... I wonder if it's the prologue if he has to go in, or is it gonna be in the main game too. Some like flashbacks and stuff. Spoiled by playthrough. Gonna go no further. Quarantine. Enough going. It was I who set up the quarantine in the first place. Who are you? State your name. Didn't recognize you at first glance. I changed quite a bit after a week in our town. I'm Sava Kremenitz, number 72. I'm the last of the volunteer orderly's corpse. Since you are here, consider this my resignation. A last volunteer, last post, last frontier. How quickly it all came to an end. Still hope. Promise to save our town, but all you leave behind are ashes and graves, and what lies ahead of you is not the step, but a fog of uncertainty. So where do you go now, men who lost to death? Abide by the protocol, stop with the implications, There's a distinct smell of creosote. There's a railroad nearby. Turn to capital, they're shutting down Nautica, my lab, and the academy must hear of this dreadful disease. That is good. People whisper rumors that the only doctor in town plans to abandon them to flee. Most fortunate, the survivors already planned their own escapes. Could they be saved? Send pests should be kept within this town's limits or else it will devour the whole nation. Some of the survivors might be infected. Quarantine means quarantine. But we're leaving though, so guess we might as well do this though. Each decision leads to regret the next day. Each step, the abyss. How can one sleep after that? Vita Soldium Breve. Screeches out in the step, and that shadow that almost touches the sky. Nightmares multiply in darkness. It's their nutrient medium, just like blood for a plague. Stir some matches on me. I'll find the way to fend off the darkness. As bonfires, those were prepared out by orders to fence off the plague districts, and now they will light my path. Not afraid of nightmares, reality is much more horrific. True. Light of salvation burns and then fades like hope, like someone's life in a hospital bed. Do you think you'll manage to escape? She already follows you, trying to reach you. She won't just let you leave. Who is she? Death? A fool, Bachelor Denkovsky. Conscience. Of course it's conscience. You cannot run from your conscience, not even on a train. No, you'd be lucky to even board the train alive. And what form your conscience assumes, that is on you and your broken imagination. Imply that I imagine horrific silhouette. The hallucinations of a guilty conscience, just neurosis. No time to wax philosophical. The fog thickens, bonfire fade, and I seek a train, apparently one with escapees. Did all I could for the town. One person alone cannot fight an outbreak of an unknown disease. Come back to where you came from, Doctor, and try to become your old self again. Just don't forget the matches. And did all you could. Strike and throw matchstick. Bonka is. So we need to lit the bonfire there. Yeah. Bonfire lit. Not for long. Oh, this one is there now. Now we need to lit this one. Just like run past, I wonder. Probably don't need this, I guess, then. That boy is there. Not care about this light. I assume we kind of need to escape though, so... Maybe we don't want to get caught in that. Points of interest to see them. I'm about to be sick. The stench. Out, out. No, I guess that's not ours. Ah, okay, yeah, you don't want to get in the light there, I say. Don't want to go in the light there, or maybe that was supposed to happen. Day of the departure to Gorgon. Used to keep Calyptra thalictri here, the feeding blood. The simple and fragile butterflies that feed on flowers and light ended up being stronger. Lux. Challenge this unfortunate phenomenon. We are dying every minute of our lives, an undoubtedly surmountable phenomenon. Seeking the cure to old age and death, a pill to cure the void. Shameful escape, daring hope, whoever grabs the bluebird by the tail will see the souls of things. Yeah, hello. Seems like a good loot, yeah. There are Lux already there. Made a great progress in calculations of human life, but failed to calculate the course that would be acceptable for the powers that be in academia. I feel it's hard to see things through, or to see things though. Plain lens glasses to look older. Happened to her afterwards. Red Buster in chess with death. They say he has started outside Tanatica. I wouldn't know. But what happened to him afterwards? Fine, fine. Knocking. They'll go away if we don't open. No closure order yet. Banging the door. I think they're closing the laboratory there. Yeah, I can't even open anyway. I want to close it. Isidore Burak's message. Dear Bachelor Dankovsky was dismayed to learn that the powers that be intend to shut down the laboratory that earned its renown through your thanatology research. Is it true they branded your work scientific extremism? Some deem the study of death, aging, and necrosis futile. I have found a case that will silence them and restore your good name. Sibon Kane, the ruler of our town, is a living example of inexplicable longevity. Come at once. This discovery could be a sensation. Save your lab and bring your fame. Faithful colleague Isidore Burak. I've already spoken to Simon. He agreed to assist the scholar of your renown in this endeavor. We have great respect for daring ideas and far-fetched projects. And that's the intro to original.
You asked for it, you got it, Chief. You have too much of a spine.
Yes, peculiar footsteps on the stairs. Ominous footsteps. Think they're coming for us. If they catch you here, there's no telling what might happen. You could even be arrested.
Then again, if not taken at face value, but rather, you know.
Shall I continue? Ruling goes on. Your Thanatica, the nation's only laboratory specializing in noble life extension techniques, come across as pseudoscientific wild goose chase. The so-called effective immortality project. I've been an inquiry based on our results, and the Academy Special Commission, which, as you know, Karanovich is on. They'll wipe the floor with you, with your Karlovich, and he'll just throw up his hands like he did with the immunology like fair last year. He's not going out on a limb for you. Wasn't him in July going around here saying he was disappointed? Or do I have him mixed up with someone? Happens when you're tired. Which will help if I present clear evidence. Oh, but there's more, as according to a number of scientists, including Voronin, Zegler, and Vilonovich, achieved significant breakthroughs, and we can skip this part. But there, in view of the academic council deeming it to lack any prospects whatsoever, the only rational course of action would be to suspend the research, transfer the laboratory to the purview of the Chemistry Institute, and dismiss its staff. I can recite it from memory by now. Perhaps you can retell it in verse, Platon. It would calm you down and put things in a broader perspective. I want to let them... Actually, there's still hope, Bachelor. If we present them that immortal man from the central step, what was his name? Shane, even? Kine. Simon Kine. No time, colleagues, no time. They're already climbing the stairs. Dankovsky, you need to run. There'll be no commission while you're gone. We can stall the proceedings. Go and fetch us an immortal right away. We'll tell them you are away on that trip. For once, the red tape will play into our hands. We'll stall. Reports, audits, you name it, and appeal if all else fails. But if they find you, they'll convene and force us to testify, and we won't be able to wriggle out of it. I agree, if you leave before you are handed the ruling, it's their fault for missing you, but if you wait until afterwards, that is obstruction. They won't miss a chance to hold it against you, they'll use whatever pretext they can. What about you two? What would they want with us? You are a big name scientist, so act like it. You are the one they need, and that Shane person is just who you need. Coin. God's sake, Platon, shall we toss him out of the window? That's it, they're here. Hear those voices? They must be deciding whose head is hard enough to batter down the door with. Get out, eastbound train departs at 4:15. You can make it right on time. And not let us down. Oh, wait, one last thing. Have a look at this while you're on your way. You've been promising to... for 3 months already, but you never found the time. It's a tool for studying tuberculosis and the air humidity thing. Remember, Kauf and Gorski Anastain. Does it work? There's no time. Take their papers and read them on your way. Alright, sure. Trying to be funny or what? Get out, Chief. Use the back door and don't come back without your immortal. Alright, sure. Good luck. Thank you. Bekudoro. Informed on us. The bastard. Tillman, isn't it? Snitch.
It's not love of living that drives us to overcome death.
Just one more thing. Might that be? Care of yourself, Chief? You're so reckless. Head always in the clouds. Don't really know how to fend for yourself, do you? Do you even care about yourself? That's the worst that could happen. We're all doomed without you. It'll be alright. Enough of this, I armed. Well, I mean, we kinda got some. Don't kill a prolonged life. I might have forgotten, but this is what our calling is, huh? The vast intellect and the quick wit. As long as I can open my mouth, they won't know what hit them. Sure. Eli, you armed? I am. Premonitus. Premonitus. At least I can shoot myself with this if I fail. Have you ever even used it? Please take this seriously. Point it at someone and pretend it's loaded. It might not work on the bears, though. Please point it then. You can be very persuasive sometimes, Chief. And best of luck. I think already should I go ham with that now? Go through here again, Bachelor. Dankovsky's banging his head against the closed door. I guess. you. Implying he's banging his head against the wall like someone they know. Grad students call him Daniel the Dinosaur. Happen to think he's just dead tired. The way to Dankovsky, yeah.
Freeze!
Even intimidate, the better the need to.
Freeze!
Relax. Sponsored boy. And the guy on the ground there, yeah. Lost in his stat base leveling? Oh, I don't remember actually. But the leveling was there. Actually, don't remember. Yeah, sure, they're not gonna close the lab now. Can hear you in there. Hen-hearted vermin have poured me a cognac not 2 weeks ago, Savage. They don't really mind me just going out like this with the pointing guns. The lab is not gonna get closed then. You're all taught to do this, but why did you have to be the best student, you bastard? The order is not in yet, but our names are already crossed out. Have they penned the epitaph too? I wonder. Does it have any accolades at all? Or is it all just dearly beloved by his friends? The Thanatology. Yes, this is our, like, colleagues there, in the sauce there. Don't see it. Don't see Dankovsky here. Varonian is a lovely person, very polite. He has a lovely signature too, neat with a flourish above the first O, and looked lovely. His denunciation of my lab. For life of me, remember, I was behind there. My wits are all over the place. Said nothing, Dankovsky, when these ones were closed down and evicted them. They had no talent, they deserved it, didn't they? Already portable already. See you, man. See you. Have a good one. Enjoy your walk. No, that was the Muga Academy.
I'm Daniil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. My research into the limits of human life has brought me renown.
Thank you.
I've
Thank you
devoted
for
all my
watching,
energy
Portable.
and remarkable intellect to combating the greatest fear that binds humanity, the inevitability of imminent death. Seeking proof of my theories, I traveled to a small, steep town to examine a person of phenomenal longevity, Simon Kane. But I walked into a trap. The moment I arrived there, an unknown disease struck the town. It devoured the town like a wildfire. Its contagion and lethality surpassed anything humanity had ever faced. And I became the only doctor standing in the way of this unprecedented pestilence.
There it is.
And last year's demographic survey, Garcon, where is it even?
Back to your testimony, Bachelor Dankovsky. Testimony. This is an interrogation. Try to remain level-headed. The ministerial inspection of your lab at Thanatica began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as a person with a unique longevity. The results of his medical evaluation. Yes, this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, You were the only medical professional at the site of the event, forced to remain there since leaving was impossible, and led the effort to combat the epidemic and evidently took on some field research as well. Accurate so far? Not inaccurate. Devil's in the details. Seem to be setting up some trap. Did not succeed. A complete failure. Goes without saying that one would be foolish to fault a medical specialist in a situation like yours. The remoteness, the lack of communication, the hostile environment, terrible conditions for scientific work. What doctor could have possibly succeeded in those? And no one blames you. Could be. And I think it should probably maybe get you in, at least, you know, to see the actual thing. At least somewhat. Maybe just a tease there. Many stuff just heard us saying I deliberately brought the infection to the capital. Perhaps I shouldn't have walled myself in with the lab report pinned to my corpse. Did the best I could. Precisely. No equipment, incompetent aids, zero authority. Okay, that's like our line there. Said I don't blame you, didn't I, Bachelor, for any of it? Did you hear me? Besides, we're in a state of extreme exhaustion, and that's the stress of the whole situation around your lab. Ah, that's the leading. That's the leading there. That ordinance from last year, what? If you'd be so kind, what causes your suspicious unease? I wouldn't assume a guilty conscience. Now in interrogating ourselves there. Suppose we can't rule out a setup, too many coincidences. That letter about Simon allures me to the town. No one shows me Simon. Whole place logs down, trapping me. And while I'm left to die, Tanatica is destroyed just before a scientific breakthrough. My final hours is spent studying the scent pest. Crafty, I must admit. Looking at you from the outside, when I see a paranoid man, an egocentrical one at that. A worn-out man unsure whether he's still among the living. A man disassembled, trying to help you put yourself back together. No longer know who you are. Hello, Daikovsky. My impression is of countless people occupying the same shell over the past 2 hours, one after another. The egocentrical one, kinda. Do you want to know what I could have done? Right, my first idea was quarantine. I needed the time to study the disease, so I isolated patients in their homes. I isolated entire districts. I tried to get at least a day ahead of it. It was spreading too swiftly, and of course I ensured that one could leave the town. I was aware of the consequences of your decisions. I refer to the popular discontent. I didn't need love from them, only discipline. Difficult surgery can be performed on a resisting patient, and that's why patients get tied up, held down, or anesthetized. Every step I took was justified, or the town wouldn't have lasted those 7 days. Spent 12 days in the Gorkhon area. Have my file on the desk here. You familiarize yourself with it, correct? Take a look at the timeline of your decisions, if you can call them that. A map of thoughts, conclusions, and doubts. Mind map. Important events happen every day. Select a day to recall what transpired. Day 1, Day 2 immortal, Amon is dead. Plague in town. No spoilers, no spoilers. No spoilerinos. So we just can kind of go this way. At Day 1. Hope. Local Beautiful lady, so that's the start, I guess. Stillwood is owner, the only ray of sunshine in this odious town. Took her own life. What have you done, Dikovsky? What have you not? Polyhedron. Guess it kinda has even more stuff there. Of the hook, what's it doing here? No, I don't really
Staying at
do all of
home,
that.
waiting, counting minutes.
See this for the first time. This is the first time, not like I rummaged through your papers. Alright, let's look at the 5th day. And remember when you seemingly admitted the vaccine was possible. You had volunteers brought you, inoculated them with sandpest. Still with me, Dikovsky. Look me in the eye, are you here? It's testimony they even based this on. Who slanders by name? The reason sitting here is so that we might find the truth, isn't it? I would be intimidated. I'm a doctor, a scientist. Do you hear me? Come back from a hell the phantasms of a nightmare could never portray, and I worked there as a doctor. Do you understand? A doctor? Not an exterminator or inquisitor, not a police inspector or army commander. I'm a medical professional. Number of people personally killed already puts you ahead of many in army and police. Damn son. Intelligent man, though, decisive judgment, unafraid to make mistakes or answer for them. I admire you. Enough with that tone, don't you grow tired of it yourself? Put this on record, that backwater didn't have a hospital. Understand, I did not have a hospital. But it did have a theater, so I repurposed it somewhat into a hospital. Studied patients there, and creating a vaccine was the priority, and that's what I did. I vaccinated people. An hour ago you said a vaccine is impossible. Creating a vaccine isn't as simple as brewing a cup of tea. Disease mutated fast. The scientific community never seen anything like it. I had to create a vaccine every day. They understand new one each time. All the while I had no equipment, no lab. I had to improvise new methods in the matter of minutes. Out of 780 patients vaccinated, 412 died, huh? So gonna hope you into the day 5 already. Come on, dude, huh? Not so fast, not so fast. Bachelor first gives up and then raises to the occasion. Apathy level is critical. Use inventory items that increase psychosis. I don't ever knew that. J to open mind map, current goals displayed there. So we'll take 5 then. 5th day in town. 3rd one at the hospital. The plague runs rampant. Still hope to find a vaccine, but for now only the quarantine's protecting people. Signora here. Upon the stage once more, the men who made a hospital out of the theater will have eyes on him aplenty. Do you know what the orderlies behind your back are whispering? Don't care about the gossip. Servants will be fine, Signora, will you? Oh, they say you have a seesaw in your head. They picture you a man atop a board, atop a barrel, gun in hand, aiming as you roll and teeter to and fro. A seesaw inside my head. The rumors have little truth to them. Extremes, senor. Extremes can kill you dead. One moment mired in apathy, the next in mania, trying to do everything at once. You're caught between your pounding heart and your 2 hesitating feet, a man of impulse, yet sometimes paralyzed, and that there is your seesaw. Not severe and extremes, and the whole town is being consumed by a novel disease. Stand here in the old theater, let me then play the doctor and prescribe balance, the golden mean. Although you may yet be swept to Scylla or to Charybdis. And even now, what do you feel? As soon as you approach the sick, indifference and gloom begin to burden you. Alright. Just talking at no practical use. Impression of a prescription if you fancy yourself a doctor. Strong in treatment is right here, the same we use to numb the hopeless sick. These drugs may work for you as well, but mind that as you take them, you become accustomed to them, and you'll need more and more each time. Isn't that an extreme measure? There are other ways as well. A drink and a smoke, perhaps. Things you may not expect can stabilize you. To warm yourself by the fire, wash yourself in cool water, and even kicking a trash bin in frustration. You will know what helps you best. You're a scientist, so experiment. Psychological effect of kicking cans. I'll be sure to report my findings. And yet it wouldn't hurt to take some pills with you. Who knows what madness lies ahead. Take something from the hospital supplies. Beside the other fronts you struggle on, there's the struggle with yourself, Sidior. What could be harder? Bid securite ipsum. Tobacco camphor bromide strychnine. Poison. The same as medicine, invigorating in small doses. Addictive with each use, effect becomes weaker. Tobacco. More money there. Stimulant, rubefacient. Causes irritation, just like everything in this damn place. Apathy. Bromide. Inhibition in the cerebral cortex. In other words, dulls the brain. Sometimes that's exactly what I need. Do we still need this stuff? Theater begins with the cloakroom. A hospital ends with it. Seems like we kind of do. Mind state health. Outer scale represents your mind state. Increasing money is indicated by the scale going clockwise, increasing apathy counterclockwise. Avoid both extremes as they will hinder your health and abilities, and consumables in inventory to combat that. So we do. This will be probably a lot. But we got an extreme state, so I guess.
More thoughts. More thoughts.
So we'll need to have some balance and go in there. So it's number 72, orderly on quarantine duty. What are your instructions? Doesn't trust the people with you. Reassigning you to the cemetery, burials, cremations, all that. Family rights up, you're by orders. Take off the ridiculous costume, take your family hide somewhere. To do yesterday, cleared out this place like you ordered. Remember, size of the crowd that showed up yesterday. Set hospitals for doctors, not the sick. Space to work. Sick ward was going to be at the station now, and this place would be a research facility. That was what I said. School bell for teachers, not for students. Basically, those who have a descent past are beyond help. They're supposed to go to the general sick ward at the station to die. You just give them morphine, laudanum, a lid, and whatever else eases their pain. And the patients you wanted us to bring here were the rare ones who hadn't died within 5 hours and could even still walk. The ones we're going to work with them. Afraid this is how history will record my orders, even though I meant something else entirely. Think you've seen something terrifying? It's always just people in mosques. They're just people in mosques. They'd pass for a Greek chorus if this was a tragedy, but it's all just a vaudeville. Here to raise a collective complaint. The doctor, these cloaks, they are very uncomfortable, sir. They make it hard to use your hands, and you can't see a damn thing through the mask. Top of that, we have to burn them every night, because each time we've been to an infected area... Grant you gravitas, commands respect, raise your prestigious volunteer orderlies. Nothing else we could use. Town theater is the warehouse worth these costumes, enough to last a lifetime given our current life expectancy. Marat Tikikin, number 28, starting my shift at 10. What's our plan for today, doctor? Never one plan. Every effort goes towards the vaccine. Right now we're going to identify the strain. Many have died out of 780 vaccinated. The second 401. More than I thought. I've been catching those longs as you instructed, and you know, the rare cases where they get infected but resist the scent pest for a long time. Got 3 again for today, over there on the platform, the stage. It's 3, shame. This will be done quickly. Last night we had a chat amongst ourselves, and there's something we don't get. What's like the point of figuring out what those longs are sick with besides the scent pest? They're gonna die either way. How does it help us if we figure out that they also have anemia or, I don't know, measles? On top of the Earthen Plague, I mean. I wouldn't understand. I'm not smart enough. Then there's disease sends the soldiers into battle. Sometimes the soldiers help fight other diseases along the way, including undiagnosed ones. The more diseases a person has, the sooner their strength is drained, but that isn't the case. On the contrary, one disease can sometimes suppress another one. Each day's vaccine from those who are fighting off the current strain of the scent pest, the strain of the day. Do you understand? Fine, simple as possible. My brother mine is probably not very bright anyway. So that's those who are surviving. Patients must be questioned, examined, and their symptoms recorded in the casebook. Fatally ill, and then fatally exhausted. A pattern lies in their intercurrent diseases that might lead to vaccine for the deadly scent plague. The people in the worst sense at the blockhead, zero education, dozens of opinions. Timmy Burach, son of Isidore and the local medicine man, studied medicine in the capital but dropped out. How the inventory space will be. I wonder, some that is all there. The work.
Keep quiet in the library.
Ding donkin. Getting a bit insane that way.
Don't want to hear this.
Close interacting with this one then. Scamaza. Become a bit insane.
Damn them. In every shard, a new me.
Going insane.
Vibrant. Everything's so vibrant.
Kind of got into different state there. Nice, hello, nice. Gonna get some sleep gear.
My poor town. Torn apart.
It's broken out there, man. Broken. Just don't know how to use it. Haven't any major advances in that vaccine of yours, Oidon. They say precision instruments help with that kind of thing, huh? Whose medicine works argument all over again. I managed to create a serum from your herbal infusions yet, eh, colleague? Haven't yet, but I figured out how to use them to boost people's immune response. Alright, sure. Done the autopsies for you already. Numbers 1 and 3 had the gunk in their lungs, and number 2 had it in her bronchia. It's pulmonary now. Not saying it's anything. I do the cutting, you do the thinking, right? Have my own storyline where I'm going to do what I deem right, and you'll have only a small part to play. I mean, not false. I'll remember that and drop by your storyline sometime. I doubt it will be useful. Spend your spare time working here, though honestly I'll advise you to save those hours for sleep. A yoke of little. Yesterday's technique has proved to be the right one. As your assistant, it's my duty to inform you that among the recipients of yesterday's vaccine, there appears to be zero mortality. That is to say, no notifications so far. At least some have avoided the infection. You were away trying my hand at diagnosing using your procedure. Did you? I'm intrigued. As I noted down symptoms using your approach, crossed off illnesses based on the principle of impossible combinations, but I didn't really get anywhere. As I try to think like you do, I give it my best try at that. I do this just so I can understand you just a little, and I fail every time. The way your heads work is a complete mystery to me. Do you have the analysis? Went straight to physical exam. Say it again, getting the patient's medical history or anamnesis is your first priority, and there's strictly 3 steps. Step 1, interviewing the patient, always comes first. No matter how tongue-tied or confused they are, no matter how much they get wrong, the information is priceless. Even if they're straight up lying, it's still important, just like if you were an investigator or detective, huh? Not Pinkerton like you. They lie all the time. Step 2, the exam. This part requires your utmost attention, and when we take note of anything suspicious, we do it in the context of what the patient has told us. Any trifling bodily detail, a scratch, a bruise, a birthmark, might turn out to be important. Got it. Step 3, if required, a careful inspection of the surroundings the patient lived in, especially when you feel they're being coy, evasive, hiding something, in the word lying. Reticence is never without a reason. That's when it becomes a good idea to go and inspect their home, talk to their neighbors and family. Always adds to the picture, do you understand? Takes loads of time and effort, and you keep saying we don't have a minute to waste. Observe and memorize, I won't be around forever. New personal files, Now we'll need to check them. Turn this stuff off even. I don't remember, was there some?
You're too high strung.
That was some, I guess. And the apathy and money, yes, I'll need to be balancing all that stuff. Patient's file. 3 more people in. Diagnosis will get me closer to creating a vaccine. Time to get started. First of today's patients believe she is healthy, feeling well, approves nothing on its own. Healthy, just so you know, I don't have anything. Did he bring you here then? Had fever, that's why. 2 days of it for no reason. But I'm better now, and I had no scratches on my skin, no yellowing, no sandpaper scratches, and no drought of the mouth. The circumstances preceded this fever. House was cleared out after the infection came. People were sent wherever there was space. Comfort is a luxury right now. Some were lucky and ended up in the empty living room. Some got an attic or a cellar. Us, we were put in the boiler room. When it reached our street, they rounded up the whole caboodle of us to the isolation ward. Boiler room, was it turned on? Of course, the air was so stuffy in there, I tell you. But there was a silver lining. No sickness can survive that hellfire. Still need to examine. Please address behind the screen. Physical exam. 7th, and their symptoms added to the case book. The case book, this can also be done during the examination. Pale skin rarely leaves home, not much time in the sun. Select patients suspected symptoms. Then choose the appropriate diagnosis. Some symptoms may be incorrect. Fever. Harmful habit, smoker. Shopkeeper, married. Nice, okay, it's 3 of those. Alright, fine. First you then. The pulse is fine. I'll rotate the camera. Much to rotate. Think about the pale skin there though. Can we note that? Don't seem like anything here. Hematoma. She bumped into something, maybe it's a symptom. Should ask where the bruise came from. That's a massive one though, to bump into something. Nothing here. Nothing here. Alright, so the pale skin and the bruise. No itchy stuff. No yellowing. Anything on the paleness there? Paleness, alright. Hematomas, Something with the heart there. A leg looked a little weird. Mogilex, we have. There's weird little leg. No, don't think so. Done with the exam, can I go now? Examination, no question asked. Last time, but if you say so. Let's see. Call assistant. Here and ready to eat. A patient claiming to be in good health, having had a fever a few days ago. I would take her word for it. There must be reason for the fever, we have to find it. But this patient's self-evaluation may be incorrect, that's why you must ask specific questions about the symptoms, about what's come up during the exam, and about the patient's circumstances in daily life. To connect the answer to diagnosis. I'll demonstrate, observe and learn, Mr. Little. I would be around forever. Patient is running a temperature, in other words a fever. Open my ledger, look up fever and tell me how many conditions is it listed as a symptom of. 8 of them. 8 diagnoses fit the bill. It's a frequent symptom, which means that you have to find others and narrow down the search. Then do it again and again until you're left with just one verdict. This, Mr. Little, is what is known as a differential diagnosis. The name is self-explanatory and differentiate between similar things to find the only correct solution to our problem. Alright, sure, and get down to it then. Look pale, ma'am. Has your skin been like this since birth, or is this pale recent? Like, I get to look in the mirror a lot, living in the boiler room and all. But I don't think I've ever been pale. Rich do nothings are pale. Me, I'm a commoner. So pallor isn't typical for you. I'm marking that as a symptom. Mr. Little odd pallor to the fever. In the record, what do we get? Yeah, you self-tutorial there. A mere 2 conditions, down from 8, like magic. Single symptom pallor eliminated 6 out of our 8 candidates, left with a choice of just 2. Where does hematoma come from, my good lady? I mean, the bruise over here next to your wrist. Did you bump into something, or is there someone who batters you? Don't worry, there's nothing to be embarrassed of when seeing a doctor. Not embarrassed? A bruise? Well, that's news to me. I've never seen it before, and I can't remember anything like what you're talking about. Certainly wasn't beaten up. Must have bumped into something myself and forgotten about it with the old fuss. A boiler room is dark and cramped. That's probably where the bruise is from. Hematoma, fancy bruise on your list. With us, Mr. Little, pay attention. Doesn't remember how she got the bruise, and she can only guess. The manual provides a more detailed description of the illness for a situation like this. What caused it, who is susceptible, etc. and can give useful clues. The high risk groups. Read about the condition in detail. Practicing medicine takes more than checking symptoms against a list with a schoolboy's diligence. You have to bring your reasoning into it. Here's one way to do it. Tell me, my good lady, do you garden? Do you grow anything? Anything at all, from roses to cucumbers? Cucumbers? Roses? Following you at all, doctor. No, I've never liked digging and shoveling earth and all that. There, earth. Does the boiler room you've been relocated to have an earthen floor by any chance? That's right, it does have an earthen floor. The boiler room isn't really suited for living in, but in these times I'd be ungrateful to complain. What did you guess, doctor, about the earthen floor? Something about earth in the manual. She could remember where. Simple, all kinds of things can be found in your local soils, including microorganisms capable of disrupting circulation, hence the pallor. Bruises were not caused by trauma. A hematoma appears when blood vessel walls are damaged, either by an external force or, as in this case, an illness. And the infection can be contracted from contact with earth. We found our diagnosis. Simple, clear case in our hands. Foresee it's going to get worse from here. Bravo to you anyway. You're a true master of medicine. So the patient has the sand passed alongside. What's the other diagnosis? Fever, pallor, and the bruise. Fill the patient records now. Alright. What about me, doctor? Where am I to go now? What happens next? A very educational physical exam can't teach medicine without actual patients. Been here under observation. Your blood will be used for the vaccine. There's hope that everyone can benefit from this. And how do we, and where do we feel that? Type to diagnose. And how do we do that on you? I guess that's how we do. In the case book there. Select the relevant symptoms and choose diagnosis there. See a fever, a paleness, a hematomas. Clinical picture. Oh, you pick it and it kind of like removes a bunch of stuff, yeah. Hematomas and the fever was there too. A whole bunch of stuff. Alright, that leaves one there. Pandemic vasculopathy. That was about the earth there though. Can you read that? What was about the earth? Or it was just kind of that one was more just kind of for fluff there and stuff. All right. Done. Clear here off to the next patient. Let's see. Could the bird be? Get that idea. Not exactly a secret. The whole thing is like putting out a wildfire. Someone's house is under suspicion. It's torched. Someone sneezes, the entire town district sealed off. Sick and healthy folks alike. And when there is doubt about a healthy person, it's this isolation ward. But then those who do have the sand pest are marched off and burned. For Yeomans before, didn't have any constitution of a nox. Really, none. Cold, the weak spells, fainting, rashes. The tiny ear told me I could be useful to you before I die. That is, said you can find something inside me that slows the pest down, so go ahead, find it. What do you need? Do you want to draw some blood from me? To bring you in from? I walked here from home, caught it from my neighbors, and knew as soon as the skin on my chest started peeling away. Hey Nick, hello. How we doing? So waited a day, neighbors' screams stopped in the middle of the night. I went to check on them in the morning and they were all dead. Me though, I was alive and walking, and now I'm here. Why do you need to know that, doctor? Come in useful. It's your vacation. I'm a dyer. Been breathing in poisons for 5 years now. One day is red, next is blue, then yellow. Could that be why this fever of yours doesn't do me anything? Toxic pigments, it's a possibility. The pulse. Peeling skin, he mentioned unlikely to be the stone disease, most likely eczema. Heartbeat too fast, but that can be a case of personal trait. Much here. Cancel the 6 months in time. Wait, what? Who? Return home. Feels good, man. Doing good, man. Doing good. Arms are kinda shield. The reverse also. The legs. Skin yellow. There's something wrong with the liver. Well, I mean, working with paint and stuff could be. Sort it out, doctor. I'll be useful in your remedies. Vaccine. A couple of clarifying questions. Plague, of course. Sand pesting in it. Plague, yes, but there's another condition that is prolonging your life. You said it yourself. Neighbors didn't survive the night. Now, blow me down. 2 ailments making me healthier than if I had only one. But you know best, doctor. What did you want? Question me, right? Question all you want. Ah, the 6-month renew. I see, I see. Skin on your chest was peeling. It was here, right? On the very middle. I knew right away skin turns nasty when you're plagued, right? Ready to talk something else? Ready for anything. Yeah, the case book, I forgot. So, drinks in moderation. I'll see. So, what did we have? The eczema, right? Was that? And the yellowing of the skin. Was it right in the end? Eczema and yellowing on the skin. Hepatitis. That much go in there. Can we kind of get those? I can also exclude some there, I guess. Alright. Like move it here and get the token about it. Skin of food is yellowing. Now, living conditions could cause this. Have you ever noticed anything like that? Yellowing of my food has died, doctor. I'm a dime. The tub spilled once. Here's the burn. It's old and it's healed over time. Smaller and paler than before. Symptom disproven. So that was the pain there. Examine that much is obvious. Symptom can indicate one or two diseases. Now to tell them apart. Okay, so yellowing is then from... yeah, the old chemical burn scars. That is not the one. But then we don't really have enough to... Time stops during the exam. Yeah, seems like it. It's actually behind the camera there. Let's see, maybe this one. This one. Seems like it, yeah. Oh, you spent examining each body part, so it's not exactly fully stopped, but examining things you actually spend that time. So it's not completely stopped in there. Well, exclude the liver. This, oh, so wait a second. So if we... No. Remove. We want to remove... yeah, this one is excluded now. So could it be not hepatitis? Well, we need more than info. Though they drinks in moderation would kind of count there. Well, I see we're not gonna like see anything. Yeah, every time you switch, it does move the time there. So you kind of want to do it in one go, which I mean you kind of can. But yeah, the heartbeat actually. Forgot about the heartbeat there. Forgetting about it. The heartbeat. Yeah, the rapid pulse. That makes sense then. Where was it? The rapid pulse. That kind of seems about it. Let's ask about the pulse then. Take your pulse, believe notice your heart behaving erratically. It's too fast, began running fast not too long ago, doctor. Can hear it myself, thrashing like it's caught in a snare. Alright, pulse and examine together. Work. Just kick the bucket without helping any signs. It will help. Time to get it. So that's this then. Next. Filot. That's the story of my life and time's up to the present moment. But why do you want all these details from me? A half hour's worth of talking and it was all beside the point. Thought you'd be interested to know why the sandpest can't get me. Because I certainly find that fact interesting. I'd even say amazing. Everything was important, especially your chicken pox at age 6. Sure not overstating my importance, Doc. Gimski worked the termitary shot and you've been guarding it for 6 days since Tuesday. This is the third time you're asking me. May I ask why you distrust me so? Lock down the termitary to prevent the strike. That defies logic. Down within the town, almost 3,000 workers. What did the authorities fear that made them lock up so many people inside? Who knows? At first, they said there'd been a blowout of some kind of sweet soot settled on the walls later and looked like mold. Well, the kin was worried and they're like bees in how they respond to things. Soon as one makes a noise, the rest are unquiet as well. There was a mighty buzz in the hive, perhaps on account of the poisonous soot. Conditions are tough at the cannery, you know. What's going on there now? They're shouting, lots of clamor, and a nasty kind of clamor too. It's what you'd expect. They're not having a great time stuck in there like pickles in a jar. No regular meals and not enough drink to go around either. The place is, after all, a poorhouse. Our fat man treats his people like cattle. Getting through the day is a struggle. Small wonder they're slamming into walls. I mean, if it was up to me... Nargimsky calls them worms, don't they? A venerable blood described your primordial kin to me as being essentially beasts. Can't lock up a living creature against its will. It's how you turn people into proper beasts. But try so much as hinting at they are, Algimsky. Yes, man. They're dead drunk on power. Used to be alright working with them, but now I can't stand those guardsmen. Let me ask you this then, what time of day do you feel worse than usual? All the time. I used to be as hardy as a bull wrangler, but now I have trouble even standing up for long. I get drowsy. My knees give out. It's embarrassing. I feel like I'm failing everyone. Been easily fatigued like this for a long time. Don't take a great interest in my own person, doctor. I've got enough people to spend my attention on as it is, but I have trouble doing my job because of this. It's a rugged man's job. Alright, let's go. Just so preoccupied with my work as a security guard. Here's my advice to you, Doctor. You're being too heavy-handed. This knockdown of yours is making people see them. And the cauldron can only seethe for so long before the lid flies off, even if you screw it down. Not a great big stack of shiny coin. Not everyone is going to like me. Quarantine is a necessary measure. Strange redness, a rash, bites, something else. Red spots on his face too. Nothing here. The vein's definitely damaged. The question is, how old is that damage? The reverse, nothing there. All still veins, alright. So let's get some of those. So we got the weakness there. We got the rash or something. That was skin redness, rash. With weakness, by the way. Can we get the weakness in there? Or do we need to still kind of pick it in these here? Weakness, yeah, this way. Okay, 2 so rash, weakness. There was the vein stuff, the vein damage. That leaves 1, but we need to ask about that, maybe. There wasn't anything important there. No symptom to ask. Yes, yes. Go, will you, doctor? I don't understand all this commotion about me. It makes me so special. Work, going to have a forget about your work. Must have been in the hospital. Used to guard locked up people and now I've been locked up myself. That's life for you, isn't it? That's the kind of joke life plays. No idea how sick I am of the jokes life plays. I was just musing to myself. What do you want me to do? Need to give blood, maybe take a pill. Blood and pills, there will be more questions. Told you my entire life story. A doctor, and you still want more? Ask away then. Nice booty dice. Enjoy, enjoy. Sounds good. Pains in your legs don't look very healthy. Ever noticed that before? My legs? They're that away from all the time I spend standing up and my job as security guard. 16 hours of standing every day, and Nagimski won't spare a stool for us to sit down. Says it's not the proper way. Bad for discipline. Varicose veins. Quite lost in thought, Doctor. Am I really that complicated? Can't wrap my head around the little old bee being at the center of this brouhaha. Syndrome that fits the description, but it mostly affects drunks. I'd like to ask you, good sir, do you consume alcohol? Do you do it on a regular basis? In what quantities? A quantity best described as God forbid. In my line of work, you must be alert, so my basis hasn't been irregular since last year. Quite the contrary, I've been abstaining. Can't stand a drinker myself. Diagnosis. It's a personal choice. Mine is purely medical interest. Telling you it's not regular. I don't have the habit, period. Yeah, I can't get conscience put my stamp on diagnosis. Don't have enough information, not without home inspection. Gonna ask neighbors if he's drinking, I guess. My house? Why on earth, doctor? Can understand talking to me, feeling me up from head to toe, collecting my blood, but searching my home like I'm some bandit. What did I do wrong? I did hide something. Well, not at all what I expected from a man of medicine. Go after break into my house, imagine that. Agitation extremely sus. So we gonna go and check his house, sure. That is almost clear, but the patient denied a symptom. Need to visit his home to find out. Time to find some bottles and stuff, I guess. Off we go. More dang shit going on. Masks, people and masks. Odonge. There they are read by the guy, bedir them. Bulls are vaccinated yesterday and we brought them. Her bride. Translating. Bulls were stolen near them. Well, maybe your bulls perished even. Mother born who knows where. They died had they been stolen. Now they returned now and they're not here. Locals don't even turn their heads. That's how they dress around here. Suppose our big city ways would seem just as well to them. Quite the style they have there. What's with this though? It's like a marker? No. Night show, disease and death. Tomorrow is to be determined. Yesterday is a carelessness and short-sightedness. Alright, so from the theater we need to get all the way there. So we go not through the infected one. Like searching for stuff. I guess that is not the case here. Let's run out the exit district, find arches with echolocs.
My head hurts enough as it is.
Oh, it's like banging stuff. Okay, I guess. Ah, this is to leave the district. I'll see. Navigating the town. Ah, I see. Alright. Not the route. The district name marker where I want to go. So we need to go here. Dangerous districts require attention. They cannot be traversed using the map. You'll have to find an arch with a clock that isn't blocked.
Close your eyes.
Changeling here too. Me bachelor, please just set our differences aside. Are they accusing me of being the Sand Plague itself? Connor, that you woke up on the eve of the epidemic in an empty grave with no memories seemed the perfect candidate for patient zero. Don't you laugh at me, you know I'm helping you. In this together, working towards one goal. A just difference, so we each do it in our own ways, however we can. See, Danger, I say, the weekend time, really dank plans. Color extremely sus. That's a fact. I'd call you duplicitous, even two-faced. That wasn't me, not me but my double, my twin sister. I didn't know. I've told you, and that Haruspix of yours too. He didn't believe me for some reason, even though he did see us two together. Yet plague follows you wherever you go. It's the other way around. I just feel where the infection will erupt next, and I go there to help. Please, you have to believe me. If only I had a single reason to believe you. If anyone, it's she who's ruining my reputation. My twin sister must be here somewhere. Try looking around. You might be able to catch her. Will you believe me then? I'm not working. Right, so we need to kind of like run through this one. The new alley. And also kind of losing all the 4 pockets consumables, alright. A drop in the health. Do we have stuff that restores the health though? And all the sanity and everything going. The plague foe conceals danger. Equip your prototype. The Monka is. Oh, I see. We kind of need to like charge prototype, release after the pendulum stops. Infected, the ones lying on the ground cannot be saved, only relieve their suffering. If I help them their passage from this world, I can take their time for myself. So return the time, I guess, to you. Loot. Oh, hello. We need to constantly like pump that, otherwise the The Fogish come in. Euthanasia. Require the same resources as combating my own mind. Correct dose must be administered. Check the drugs, shift the cursor along the gauge. You must land within the highlighted zone before the dying person's heartbeat spikes. Overdosing will amplify suffering and I must alleviate it. Alright, how do we even... 1840. So 080, we need to get like 40 here. Is it 80 work? So I'm probably gonna be big silver kilos there. Let's try this maybe. Wasn't much, but I guess we can... Oh man, that will be bad. I do have a lot of this shit at least though, I guess. We have a third one. Fine, I guess. Got him. Collect dying person's time. Patient's passage away was swift and painless. Alright, so we're kind of getting time. They're just actually like returning the in-game time. What exactly happens there? There was a way to kind of like shortcut there, but not so sure. Beyond knifing them hobos there, yeah. About this system. Seems kinda dank. You also need to charge it like to the full, otherwise it just resets. Keep moving, fine. This guy is totally still going, alright. Yeah, the Fogish is kind of returning very fast there. This is the one. Case, diagnosis was almost clear. Patient denied symptom. Oh, it's our goal basically here. No. No hobo economy. Yeah, that actually is not a thing, I feel. Alright, we're killing this one too. Alright, let's go for the biggest here. Oh, this one actually does go all the way down there. Oh shit, okay. That's unfortunate then. There's a lot of mess going down. Now what? Wait to waste the meds, huh? Oh, the blue ones. Well, shit. That's an overkill. Might as well, I guess, right? See what happens. This one goes to the left, one to the right. Maybe we can still precisely adjust. Rip. You get pain. Ugly. Died in pain because of me. Yeah, so we need to kind of precisely do this. For that you need a lot of meds. Melancholy. Apathy is high. Time itself with the will to live and the amalgam sleep through my fingers. Without amalgam, other days become unacceptable. One case. Which one would it need to do? Apathy, we need to get the money there, right? Yeah.
Thoughts galloping.
Should probably loot this first. This thing in general might be even more dank. I don't know, maybe like a lot of it is for the demo only. And that does seem like a lot of instead of hobo economy, there is a bunch of other stuff now going. Don't know how much of those beds and stuff you will need for all of this. Because it seems like you might need a bunch. Alright, to the right one. Go through here technically. It's my budgetation. This one showing the path there even. This is where they burn in the stakes, yeah. I feel like that one was in a bit of different spot though in OG. And they burned the kind of witch. Which ends up being not a witch. Alright, this house. I need to figure if the guy has partaken. The instance districts there, yeah.
Rewind.
Smoke it all. So constantly chugging stuff to balance seems kinda dank. Cherubis fillets. Loot the cloak. Seems like nothing in the cloak. Does look dank. Feel lots neighbor. On that floor and now you're walking all over it. It took forever to scrub clean, you know. Devastation. Impressive. How did it even happen? Stop with that clowning, will you? First he's turning the bathroom upside down, but it's our only one for all these apartments. People wash their kids here and take their own baths on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they keep it clean. Now there's you with your remarks. Bet you're a pal of fillets, aren't you? Ah, so he was drinking. Lost in the hospital under observation. Lost in the hospital, perhaps that's for the best. Person getting sick for the best? Don't you shit me, I helped him out his whole life. With cooking and cleaning and whatnot, he was a loner with no one to take care of him. It was too much trouble for me. We're neighbors after all. He and my husband had been friends since they were kids. Know each other well. Drifted apart a little as time went on, but he used to always thank me. Then one day it was like bam, he forgot everything. Never said a word anymore. Scurried past me to his apartment, eyes down, no hello, no goodbye. But he sure showed at this bathroom who's boss. Start frenzied rage isn't typical. Kind of person this is typical of is an easy guess. You often get this with the drunks. One moment he sits there quietly and then he's delirious all of a sudden. With all this ruckus and mess, at least he didn't punch anyone out. Been interviewed, he said he stayed away from alcohol. Didn't drink before, but go ahead and look out that window. The town's falling to pieces. It's enough to make a saint start drinking. Like people have gone crazy. Some grab the bottle, some grab the knife. It's hard to stay human. Everyone's inner beast is looking to break out. Trash the place in the drunken haze. That's just what you're assuming. The thing happened, he didn't just trash the shared bathroom, he was sick all over it. The whole place was a mess. I thought I'd never get it clean. Do you know what it's like to mop up someone else's vomit? How would a smart dresser like you know that, eh? The quantity of vomit I used to cart around is more than this entire house could disgorge. A vomit, and that's what matters. Symptom hasn't been noted before. Figure out everything you need. I'd like to finish with the cleaning here. The kids from downstairs will be here soon to wash their hands before eating. They'll be better off if they don't see this mess. Illnesses. Denying of drinking habit sounded very sincere to me. To confess to something shameful like that, the thing is, lifelong thoughts are proud of it, and it's the new made ones who are ashamed. I hope he's ashamed. It's anyone's darn guess if he is. It's like he's become a completely different man. For all I know, he's lost all sense of himself at this point, gone completely off his rocker. Off his rocker, something new again. Talking about the bathroom incident, or is there any other evidence? He has episodes, you know. Before he trashed the bathroom, I'd hear this muttering coming from behind his door every night, and he lives alone, no family, and no one visits him. My husband and I used to be his only friends. Started talking to himself, and that's a sure sign. Hallucinations. Changes pictures completely. And why didn't you take your shoes off right away when you walked in? Because you didn't think of it. Neither did I with the muttering. Have I told you everything now? I have my limits too, you know. Mopping floors is hard enough, but bad-mouthing a former friend is harder. I'm sorry for the poor dummy. Nothing else? No, that man was never sick, strong and tough as a cart horse, and I mean, I could easily imagine him pulling an actual cart. That was why they hired him to guard the Elgimsky meat cannery back in the day. Undermine his health to begin with. If you ask me, Philot may be built for the job, but it's not a job for him. The termitary needs security to make sure the step brutes aren't beating about town, but he was getting sentimental about them. That's why he and I fell out. We argued about whether worms and herb brides were our equals. Some security guard. Doesn't paint you in a good light. Neighbor, on the other hand, sounds like a man with conscience. Everybody in a small town like this one a brute. The thing to say, stop trying to confuse me. I don't have time to pick your philosophizing apart anyway. Got a bathroom to finish cleaning. Philot got into philosophizing too, and it both destroyed our friendship and made him an alcoholic. There's no good in that. It's further down the hallway. Here's the key. I got to work to do. I've been breaking my back for half a day here, and whose fault is it? A fool who's also drunk now. Poor soul. Fine, been very helpful, sure. So maybe it was something else then. And this by the look, no label on the pills. Philot took them. Did he know he was sick? Slide by near them. Ah. Neighbors told me Philot lived alone. No idea what you're saying. Nowhere them, I said. Why have you come? Cool scientist, right? Got nowhere to go. Bye, girl, die. Don't kick me out there, them. Philot's son. Someone would kick me out so I could go home. Not going back to the Warren. I guess the body alone. But from the termitary, you're just who I need. You people call it a termitary. Ida habli you're in. You smell like danger. Bolish, be a leash. Go your own way. Detail. People are there. Hatange, what else do you want? We live there. Get past the guards. I'll tell, just let me go. There's a crawl hole out of the Warren. If Philot watches it, help me go around the angry guards. Teridabaya Barba. It's inside the place. Denio Giara Uyube. Hallucination of his was you. It was you he was talking to in the night, not voices in his head. I feel not took in, hid sheltered, so no one sees him, no one returns me to the warren. Bihuduhu Boyori Hurgeheb talked quietly. Zilginagahon Yarja Shishardeb, so no one hears him. If you keep quiet, she won't notice you. There's a high filot. You'd hope. How is he? He's in the hospital. He's ill. I'm a doctor. I need to find out what's he's ill with. I will. High filot sickens. I saw it. He sickens. Some medicine. What are these? Don't use these in the step. But over here, High filot said that they are so the head doesn't ache. Another symptom. Good. Said her the titties of boho. Will not drink, not a drop, strict on himself, doesn't allow me neither. Neighbor was mistaken. She wanted to be mistaken out of spite. Reason doesn't really matter though. What matters is that he wasn't drinking. Alright, sure. Some more to investigate. Who would eat it? Even rest would probably be disgusted. Kid doesn't mind, I guess. Come on. The bed, huh? He used to put them on his forehead, wet rags. Also got some fever or something. Happened to Philot. Alright, sure. Rags in the bed looked like they were using compress. My Philot was hot, tossed and turned. I put cold on him. Had a fever. Didn't mention it during interview. Alright, sure. And this mouse trap doing here? Just in case there are actually mice in this place. Lots of them, bold, walk here like it's their home. Mice and rat spread disease. The diagnosis coming to mind at once, but I need to double check. Townsfolk live in houses, call us beasts. Cleaner in this step, better. They know nothing. To the zone. Something rotten on the table. Did you eat it? Is this what made Philot vomit? Hungry, we needed them. High Philot's not rich. Boss Vlad pays the guards so little. Her room was enough for one, not enough with me. Hard to feed two. High Philot walked, looked for cheap food, and they cheated, sold rottens. Eat the rotten stuff or did he not? It scared them. I never thought to eat the rot. Then his hunger came, crazy-like. Grabbed everything, gobbled everything. I took away, hid, told him bad, rotten, will hurt. He didn't listen, like possessed by some hungry beast. Change in feeding pattern. Sudden hunger. Never saw a bad wolf, bad food like that. Mice, headache, fever, hunger, vomiting, fatigue, skin reddening, veins ruled out. But what happened in the bathroom? A neighbor says Philot drunkenly. No, he doesn't drink. He'd eaten bad food, he couldn't keep it down. I didn't want to make a mess in here, so he went where he could do it. And there, water is there for washing. Water scared him, heard the dripping, went crazy. Can a man be scared of water? Scared of water? This is an extremely rare symptom. I should sort it all out. Uh-huh. Alright, fine. Now we're going back then. Tröden. I do. So they actually do be trading then. The revolver bullets and stuff. A Valerian extract and everything. So that economy at least is here. Where those gates? You lost that like resource there. It says 0 now, but that ain't health though. That's some other stuff. I'm not sure why we'd lose that. Oh, water. Ignorance is forbidden in this town. Plumbing is taboo. I'm an anthropologist and write about the pathologization of industrialization, but for now only write death notices. Just chilling here. Oh, so to go through this stuff then. There'll be some shortcuts. Maybe there actually are. Nobody's doing that. This place has some glorious performance there. To the left here. Alright, this way we'll approach through here. What if I can actually though? Okay, I can, nice. Alright, arrived at this one. We'll wrap it up then. I think we're kind of going like full PPG mode there. Chug this.
Half a tone louder.
Sure, there's this double goba resource. Oh, then they actually brought the bulls. The night of a good life to you them, your bulls, you are you still not glad to have them? The same bulls, not tell bulls' faces apart. Don't tell a donkey apart by their faces, Agesha. We are all the same to him, like beasts. Can tell you ladies apart just fine. Do look similar like sisters, Of course we do. We are Katangia. We are one people. We are the kin. The bull herds said the vaccinated bulls had been stolen. Consulted them. The worms don't want to deal with you anymore. Worms believe you're a bad man. Churlish, ungrateful man. Big kin. Even the bull, I'll try to do better. I can't take our bull's blood. I will, but later. Alright, sure. Seek a bull's wisdom, eh? See the Genesee, the cycle continues. Let everyone go. It's too dark. Been waiting for you, Dr. Dinkowski. As you can see, allowed our volunteer already placed the leave on the break, but they all return as soon as you give the word. Rest is necessary. Sit it down, but on the third patient, fill out the termitary guard, and you have the diagnosis. Don't put him to sleep yet. I thought he might be useful to you again. Understand his illness. And be sure to put it in the document and stamp it to him. Alright, sure. Took you so long, Doctor. Did my mice detain you? Mouse in the apartment has signs of a teenage boy, so I met him, tried to protect him with everything I had, and I went to your hospital so he wouldn't catch it from me. And then you lied. That would have been a good liar. If I told you too much, you'd know that someone was changing my bandages, that I needed money to feed 2 mouse, so I talked as little as I could. Got this, I found out. Nothing to hide now. Sure, I led the boy through a hidden passage away from the slaughterhouse. Just a kid, Doctor. It was a hardship that brought him to the cannery. And just like that, Fat Vlad put him to work. A young or old, it doesn't matter to the Argimskis, and they send everyone to the factory. Did is noble but stupid. No hero, but I was thought to draw the line somewhere and treat people like people, period. I'm done what I could. The termitary's door should be flung wide open during the epidemic. They'll starve people to death in the termitary, not just there either. While you were out, I overheard people in the hospital. Aren't you the tyrant who ordered a quarantine? The quarantine plague would devour your town just a day or two. The plague are strict, not people. It's a dangerous games you play, Doctor. I'm not the only one who doesn't like restrictions. Today people endure, tomorrow too, but in the days that follow they will erupt. Told you, you can't humiliate a living being without suffering consequences, and this imprisonment humiliates the town a second time. Never had another way. This won't end well, I tell you. Task can tell the future, and Philata came to talk about diagnosis. Get out the way, I can't stand hearing this sloshing. Get it away, Doctor. A decisive symptom has now been confirmed. I can just open it without even investigation, alright. It's like even the rush we can remove that already. Vein damage we remove. The rush we remove. But here we are. We have the weakness, bulimia. Did we get that one? A fever and headache. How about the fever? The fever is like everywhere, but still. This way. Oxer, have a good one. Have a good one. And the quality weather there, I see. Yeah, gonna be cold already after this one. Nephrophatia epidemica. Enjoy, man, enjoy. See ya, man, see ya. Another one. The order there a vaccine being made. All three of the oddities didn't quickly die from the plague. Alright, sure. Okay, verdict with bated breath. What next? Vaccine? Searching the town for more people with the same symptoms as today's 3. Same as yesterday. Said it done. After that, how much culture should we take? Temperature should we heat it to? Per instruction, agree on half. Don't thought too much water. Need the culture medium. Follow dilution charts. Overzealous for drawing blood. Shake the flask little, shake them well. And reaching the mixture with oxygen, that's all you're good for. I'll go with this one. Done the last 2 nights, managed without supervision. I promise, rest without fear that we'd ever disgrace you. Tinkovsky, sir, do you give us permission to proceed? Shall we start? Alright, sure, let's go. I'll believe you're a luminary. Couldn't hear you. Do we begin or not? We do. Go ahead. Severist. When that happens, go back to the headquarters, back home to Eva. A diagnosis made. Diagnoses were correct. Assistants preparing today's vaccine. Alright. Self-absorbed. All hallucinations don't need me anymore. Done all that you could, senor. Go on and rest. I wait for you at the Stillwater. You're in charge of deciding all I've done all I could. Vaccine will be ready on the tomorrow. And would it even free your heart from its torment? What else are you to do? Simon kind of the lost. Alright, so we need just to get to the gate. The gate was the closest one, I think, anyway. I need to chug a lot of this shit here, holy. Wonka. Rotating, leaving that is, abandoning our post. The reason being, I didn't sign up for this. They gonna arm themselves. I'm not petty thieves. No, these are proper. That's the word, thugs. They shoot, doctor. They stab. Really unheard of around here, raising a knife against your fellow men, and we are unarmed. Ask me to arm you? No, we're not thugs. Capital might be a vicious place, but this town used to be a living thing. We don't have murders. An epidemic. Have side effects, violent dissolution of boundaries, desperation. I foresaw all of this. Afraid not, doctor. We're volunteers who took the oath. Truly abandoned town to such a fate. Letting thieves in and sick out, fine. Putting yourself in front of a bullet or a blade. Well, to say it again, that's a whole different beast. The fact you brought us to this state is thought-provoking. Again, really unheard of. And on that note, as they say, we take our leave. I did it. Time to go.
Boiling, crackling, screeching, living.
7 more hours to steal stuff there, yeah. Alright, so we need action. Oh, we go this way still.
Never alone. Things everywhere. More blunt. Not so sharp.
Oh, you want to go?
Come over here.
Nice shot there. What was that? Oh, okay, I guess. Intimidated by weapons, eh? Well, alright. Dude didn't die at least. Oh, that's where it's gonna be the loot probably, I guess. Alright. Okay, just intimidate them. Don't need to kill everyone. Dude was kinda invincible anyway though. Come on, guys.
Forgot that there's so much of the world. Hold it.
Give the loot, brother. Get out. Down. Yes. Want to loot you? No? Yeah, whatever, fine. So, bro.
Just wait till next time.
Huh?
Hey, you better run.
The health is critical. Monka is. You even have something that increases it though. And how is it critical now?
Closer.
Did I somehow get hit by something there?
Come coward. Come here. Where are you
Just get
going?
close to these guys too much?
Hold it.
Oh, okay. Baby. Baby. The non-content claw. Yeah, these guys maybe you want to actually kill then. Guess it's also because of all the fears to go in there. Need to keep it in balance, and then it's all good, huh? The mental balance there. Alright, sure. There you guys go. Not sure where the ammo or where the health rather go. Which additions? Yeah, maybe. Got too close, probably.
Got you.
This one also not getting intimidated fully. So if you shoot you, then.
He did that himself.
Oh, all right. So last time I did get the dink intimidation, I guess there. Somehow. Maybe it's because I was like shooting, it was thinking I was shooting in. I did take damage here again from somewhere. Because we're like still 2 dink. These man's gonna be paid and stuff.
Weird. But tolerable.
Something like damages you here.
I'd rather not hear at all.
There he is.
Go down.
Whatever.
Kind of puts you in a think mental. Blood vessels popping out. How did I intimidate him, like, you know, hard, eh? You just hold long enough. You shoot to the side, huh? Oh, well, fine, shit. I guess I didn't have that much ammo there going. Oh, whoops. That's like manic for it from the this stuff. Yeah, it is.
It was quiet in the Attica.
Get bad.
Killing my temples.
Keep kicking. Ah, oh, come on. Too much kicking there. Yeah, how did I get this guy even like to completely submit there? The first time. There was also a lot of loot there, so.
Closer. Hey, you.
How do we get you out to PP poof completely, brother? How long? There it goes again, dude. The fuck was that, man? Get a quick save actually on this one now. Doesn't seem like it. Checkpoints. It's not supposed to kill them, or how does that go even? How does that go then? Not so sure.
Can't think like that.
Smokey, well, not yet. Didn't do it yet. Just a preview. On 17's gonna be available, the preview. The game's still gonna take some time, I assume. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of ammo. Last time I managed to get the ammo from this guy. Yes.
You've won, noseless one.
Die of apathy, huh? That's why you get all them drugs there too. To keep things balanced. Alright, let's see. Monka is... We just like, kind of like try to run through this. This one for now seems kinda a little scuffed. Let's kick something else here. Some dank animation there, yeah. Some Rocky Balboa stuff there.
Boiling, crackling, screeching.
Dude, stop fucking reloading. I'm getting beaten there and still reloading, dude. What a guy. Not a cloud fiesta. Yeah, they kind of pee-pee poof when they kill them because you're also kind of like on the edge there.
Misophonia, Denkovsky.
Try to go to a different path there or something too, I guess. Dude. Can you reload faster at least? Dude, aim at this. Dude, what is this shit? You just like stop reloading at least. A couple of bullets already enough to intimidate there. First time I got him somehow and I got also ammo from him too, so that was kind of convenient. Fine, let's first reload before we move.
Hold it. There he is.
You would like chain intimidate everyone there.
Closer.
Stay there.
Enough.
Hey, you come back.
Yep.
Come here.
Camera. Did the camera turn? They letting you go that way, like you need to get a deal with them there. How did I made him kneel completely and everything there though? What happened there? Did a couple of shots but they didn't kill him, they just made him kind of kneel. Maybe like some low lethal damages we need to do. Weird, huh?
Yes, this is a migraine.
Probably can kind of try to open. You can pass there. I don't think so.
Be quiet, you lot.
Can't jump or anything. Damn. There's barriers, huh?
Hey, you. Closer.
Stop rider for a moment.
There he is.
Keep staying there. What if you can kind of break line of sight and just... I guess that works. Just try to stay far away, I guess.
I'd rather not hear it all.
It's a risky move, huh?
Got you. Come here. Just wait till next time.
Oh, I'm getting tired and stuff there.
There he is.
User.
Closer. Hey, you.
Stay there.
Death is the enemy no more.
Oh, shit. Now we have this, though.
Think. Think.
Oh, let's see. Do you want to go too?
Hold it.
Okay, they kind of like stop getting scared after some time. Actually.
Come over here.
Then one bullet might be not enough.
There he is.
Oh shit. Vodka.
Coward.
Ah, okay, they lose you there.
You're not going anywhere.
Bruh.
If I drop
That was lucky. How did I get like 2 shots actually? I had only 1 bullet there. Pathologic before. I played Pathologic like 3 hours ago. I'm still on my playthrough there.
Think, damn it.
The Pathologic Classic HD. I haven't played the second one. First one is quite dank. And the Mega Lab and stuff. Charge the prototype. Available in demo, I see. Analyzing the items. Just shoot in here.
Don't you think my color's faded?
That's because I'm low with HP. Back just in time. A mob is slowly gathering outside the house. Didn't see anyone. A dude appeared into the windows, planning something, deliberating. Sometimes they carry torches and sometimes stakes. I think they're up to wickedness. Go out and check so that you don't worry. Please don't, for my sake. Be careful. I decide to go out and check after all. Please take me with you. Let's talk a little first, like we always do. I said it yourself yesterday when you are talking to me. It's like talking to a cat. It's the only way to sort your thoughts. I must have brought so many new thoughts with you. Tell me. This precious listener has filled miserable chaos right now. You tell me. See, well, first of all, it's clear a descent pest can't be defeated by ordinary means. We are so short on time. The vaccine takes weeks and I don't even have days, which means we must do something different. But what? How do we find an opening? Please, time when there is not enough of it. Time, and occasionally even time can be replaced with people, but we don't have those here either. As they say, 9 women can't make a baby in a month. Neither can time be replaced with space, although maybe. Token. Human, I'm intelligent, industrious, courageous human, a good specimen, one of the finest, and still have too many limitations. Solving these problems takes something greater, a stream, if you will, instead of a point. I must pass through several apertures at once. Not understood. That was the noise outside. Told you. People, they're scaring me, but our conversation is more important. It will never happen again. Much time has passed while we've been talking. I don't know, an hour maybe. I've spent a long time thinking. That's 5 minutes at most. Monka. Let's still go in there. Price in this brewing. I get this stuff. Been feeling. Go out and have a look. No HP or nothing there. That'll be fun. And this shit also already piling in hard. This medication balancing, the sanity balancing will be quite something, dude. Though I guess you kind of get a lot of loot from things, killing things and stuff. Well, when you can loot what you killed, at least. More place. More. Alright. Dice reading, bro.
Last night, I saw a violet star. I'd never seen one before.
Sure. Talk remains in the past and it won't happen again. It's happening out there. What do they want? Oh, alright. Got one mistake. Just one. What mistake? Making fun of me? But this mistake, I'll see, I was trying to tune down the panic and stop the infection from spreading, so you issued some harsh decrees on quarantine measures and told everyone to stay home, no talking, no sneaking out. Not everyone found this enjoyable. That's the right thing to do. Piled up rather unfortunately, your regular supply train was running late and the quarantine was very sudden. Many people lacked necessities, food, medicine, water and much more. The town became a rat trap and the corner rat. Ponces and the cat overcomes it sometimes. I've thought it all through. I'll revoke the decree right now. It won't get any worse. No one complied with it anyway. It just led to exasperation. No sanitary measures. No authority here. Just anarchy and chaos. To hell with it. Revoking decree this instant. Too late? Something has to be done anyway. I came here recently, agitated, angry, carrying some papers, gave him bread and dried apples. He's upstairs by the table, signed all your papers out. The town hall's messenger. The dried apples brought for you, they were for you. Emergency command desk. Oh, you can like control it there. Control the quarantine and stuff through here, I guess.
You know my nerves can only take so much.
Bunch of decrees about the town, like there weren't enough already. Tell me to bring them to you for approval. Comes up with all these. To ask the higher-ups and just bring you what I'm given. Your decree will carry it out instantly. You got full authority 2 days ago, didn't you? So use it, we'll obey. As far as I'm concerned, the roosters do the crowing, and who cares if the sun doesn't rise? If you say so. 3 decrees can be issued per day. Issued decrees can apply to any available day, not just the current one. Enact a decrees causing problems. Select and remove it using Z. So the quarantine we're removing. Unrest list. Resources. Around the clock operations. Denial. Prohibit dying. What the fuck? Something time there, I guess. Pest control. Systematically exterminate all small rodents. Stick pests and other vile scum from the town. Burn out the infection. Houses where signs of infections have been identified. Food distribution. Minus 125 unrest. Plus rations, plus equipment there. Oh, and then you can do it on like some other days. I see. Not even doing any unrest there. Can we do another one? Food distribution. Oh, we can do 3 there, right? Quarantine is massive there. Plus unrest. Prohibit the dying. It's contagion. Fine, let's do this way, I guess.
Just stay away from me this time of year. Come to think of it, keep your hands off anything here.
Our request 500 kids at the polyhedron right now. 522 to be precise, not counting me. The tower supports are away just fine. Don't order the evacuation. It must not happen. Supposed to be in polyhedron. I lifted the quarantine and I think we agreed you'd stop calling me kid. The ink hasn't even dried. You're living in some special timeline of your own, Dr. Dankovsky. For all I know, it might have taken you a very long time to sign the decree. In the meantime, the weather has turned fair and the quarantine is nothing but a memory. Go outside and see what you have wrought. Alright, sure. Go even higher there. That's where she is. Is.
I am not your foe.
Shove it up.
You. Do not push me away.
Yeah, for clearing the way for me, yeah. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Doctor talking to the plague. That's more Clara's thing, the changeling girl. You thought you're just a smart fellow who finally understood that I'm a blessing, not a curse. Simon of yours figured it out long ago, by the way. That's why he allowed me into the town, and that's why he took my communion. Is that why he died? Okay, this town himself wouldn't have let you in on purpose. Still so far behind him after all, silly bachelor. It was for the town's sake that he let me in. First he protected the town from me, but then he realized you can't protect things forever. You can't raise a child under the glass dome. If there is no symbiosis with the soil, no miracle can bloom. Yet the soil is me. Some natural phenomenon then. Could say that. See, even you can show a glimpse of intelligence sometimes and cannot deny the intellect of Dr. Dankovsky, the man who all but abolished death. Had finished the job before the Simon had lived. A bachelor, he hasn't died. You're just looking in the wrong direction. He excluded time from the world and then thus became immortal. He's dying, sickening, living, rotting, thriving, all at once. He found a way. Can't wait, I have time aplenty, an infinite amount. Excluded. No, where's the dearest clock? Sundial is useless in this plague mist. Alright, there's no more use for sundials. Any sundials anywhere. I've defeated the sun. Fight the mechanical clock. I figured out how to fight you. I understand it now. Not just you either, everything. We use this thing. This won't work, and then we need something else. Nah, guess we need the actual clock for that one there. Mechanical clock and restart the time. Sounds easy, easier than anything I did in this town. There was any mechanical clock around here? Tougher than the sun. Any cloaker? No cloaker in the house. Losing it already. I'm not sure if I have enough meds there. That a cloaker works. See the past. Looting the cloaker there. use other cloak, no? Doesn't seem like only this one. So what are we exactly loading into this one? Oh, the trouble's you. Complete dimension at once. Why indeed? Let's let it not your grave become. It may be best to cry surrender. At least you've held on to humanity and feeble joy, though that may be to you. You can but do the things that can be done, no more. Accept your fate as it so stands. There still can be a victory in this. Is that the clock behind you? Time itself your quarry now. Would you repair the past? Can such a thing be done? Signor, you know the literature in this. A flap of wings hither, a storm thither. Although that one tale is yet unwritten. Try to picture how things might have gone differently. Well said, but I knew you not to be a Berkelian. Berkelian, rather. Was my remaining option is to become one. May you head and sleep, or will you stare into the cloak's face as if it were a stereogram or sacred icon? Perhaps shall become what it is not. Recall what happened 2 days ago. See at the past. Now we got the use on this one, I see. The story requires time. Time is embodied in amalgam. I will consume it when trying to recall another day. A new day brings new memories. Select the day to explore. So you basically can just like go to the different day and do different things. I see. That's gonna be a way to think, man. That's gonna be way to think stuff. So I guess they're just gonna give you an opportunity to redo some of the things in the past then, and the other days. Interesting. We'll see. Nice, Steve, nice. Yeah, you always need to adjust no matter how good and stuff it is. You always kinda need to get used to it. That you always do. Day 3 in which the bell tolls.
A pinewood house. A knife of brass. A friend in words.
Sleep comfortably. Quite. Trying that I could fly, rather try to. And though I did succeed, mine was a straight flight. No great altitude and horizontal, or less of a flight than a swoop glide above the ground, atop on sea-moon platform. Yearning for an upward soar, somewhere vertical. And you, what did you dream of? Don't dream. Place is very wary. I'm 30, aren't you? I'd say you look much older than your years. I like that you have no grey hair. It's coal black. Not a raven, that's a different shade from yours. Not a single grey one yet. Grey hair soon as things unfold. True. Trouble there ahead of you. Will you be back tonight? I will be waiting. What for? Being great need of a listener after the kind of day you'll have today. Not being dramatic. Just saying a flurry of events awaits you, and many of which will stop you. Bet on that. I'll see. Can all phase already anyway. I'll see. Still farming the achievements there on the ox and stuff. The gameplay second game has. Yeah, but I haven't tried one. The second one I haven't tried either. You know, first one doesn't seem like it was that bad of a thing actually compared to what I've seen here, for example, today. Like overall nice. I'm not sure about all this like the dial in the fog thing, yeah? That felt kind of like just weird mechanic that is like just there, sorta. You know, we just kind of like constantly charge and shoot the thing that removes the fog, like kind of why have it? At least for now I haven't seen the need. It's just something you just like constantly do, I guess. Like, why do we need that even then? But there was like some mechanic to charge that thing with something on the table, so I guess there will be something else going with that. I'm just not in yet. Not sure about the intimidation stuff too. That was kind of weird one. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. What else? What else? Oh yeah, like all this like balancing of your like psyche with different drugs. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how economy will be going, but that kind of seems a bit brutal there. Like balancing your mental state. That did seem kind of dink. And the time travel, I don't know, man. We'll need to kind of see how this will play out. I feel like it might get way too dank, dude. I think it can be. The diagnosis and everything is good, though. I kind of like that. I just wonder how the loop will be. If the loop will be basically kind of like this, like the whole day will be kind of like it was today, then maybe I guess all the time travel and things are not that bad. We'll see. Because first game loop is also kind of like special, I guess, but like somewhat kind of everything makes sense, I guess, there, sorta. But I'm not kind of a huge fan of just like kind of like running around town there all the time, also. Maybe. Compared to one gameplay-wise? Oh, a lot, dude, a lot. In one, you pretty much kind of just like run around, try to kind of like, well, yeah, like kill some bandits to get the loot. Like buy, sell stuff to manage your own inventory and everything, to manage your resources and your like tiredness and energy and stuff. Here, they remove, looks like, the tiredness, food and everything, which is kind of like, I'm okay with that actually. But now you need to balance your like mental state between like two different extremes, you know, like, so you kind of constantly need to take some meds and stuff just to balance that in the middle. That will be really depending on like how much, you know, resources you're gonna find like that. It also said some of the drugs and meds you take, they kind of like you're gonna get more tolerant to them, so they're gonna like, you know, have like smaller effects, so you will need even more of them, I guess, also to keep this like balance going. So we'll see how tricky will be that to balance. I did really like though the actual doctor stuff, the diagnosis and everything. That was cool. Diagnosing things, doing the doctor stuff, that is actually nice. That I like more than just like walking around yapping, even though you still get the yup. So we'll see, like, interesting how it all will be. But then like the infected area, you just like run around like charging with left click some sort of like weird dial or whatever and just releasing it. That's pretty much it. I'm not sure about the fight. Like, I managed to intimidate guy once into the state where I could loot him, but that was only once. And killing them doesn't bring you any loot, and the ammo is kind of limited, and reload is really annoying and long, so you'll need to be careful with those, huh? And you got some sort of like fast travel. Okay, world map travel, I guess, rather than fast travel, so that is also kind of nice. This first one is nice, but yeah, like the loop is basically just kind of like running around the yapping, like trying to check everyone is as fast as possible and managing your resources, which, I mean, kind of alright in its own. But like I said, everything is on the time limit, which is here kind of time limit is also, I think. There's also this amalgam resource, not sure exactly. I guess you kind of get that by helping, you know, people pass from the disease peacefully. And then you can time travel to other places. I don't know what time travel will do, actually. Like, if I can, like, from day 5 return to day 3 and do things differently. Like, will it actually, like, change the whole continuum all the way until, like, day 5? And is it like permanent change and stuff? Like how does that work? I'm not so sure. Or is it kind of can be done to, like, you know, like adjust some things and maybe get something from the past? I kind of doubt it though. That would be a way to think. So not sure how this time travel stuff will go. That seems a bit weird, huh? But I mean, interesting. Another dink one just needs some like fine tuning, I guess. So on 17th is going to be available to everyone. You'll be able to play it. It's going to be a prologue. It's going to be for free. All like the stuff I played basically now. And then you're not sure. We'll see when the full game will be out. I still kind of need to play the first one. Finish the first one. Maybe on next week I will return again, even though item fall already on next week. So we'll see. We'll see. I will like slowly get the time and do things. I will finish that one. The main like core of these games is basically something that doesn't really like click with me in general, like the time limits, like the time limits and all this kind of, you know, like the stress coming with time limits and resource management. Like if you don't know things, if you can't min-max, you just kind of get like, you know, like constantly sort of like stressed by that. Like, am I using the time optimally? Am I like doing this optimally? Am I buying the right things? Am I selling the right things? You know, should I do this? Should I do that to get the time usage the best? And then it's constantly kind of like, you know, like this like the tense playthrough instead of relaxed sorta. Even though I guess like the resource management is kind of fun in first one. It kind of brings this like weird gameplay loop that is satisfying. Just like running, like bartering, trading stuff and everything. It does bring some weird satisfaction doing that, not gonna lie. But still kinda a little bit of the pressure too. We'll see. The dink stuff, man. Very dink. But I do like the doctor's parts. I really do like the figuring out some diseases and everything, and like